Magandang araw, kabola. Sa patuloy po natin paghihintay ng pagbabalik ng PBA, ay muli po tayong magpo-focus sa pagbibigay po sa inyo sa pag-hype po sa paparating po o pagbabalik po ng liga. Sa video po na ito, kabola, ang gagawin po natin is irarank po natin yung guard rotation po ng bawat team. By the way, para malinaw po, ang ating pong irarank is guard rotation. So yung kanila pong mga gwardya, gaano kalalim, gaano ka versatile, gaano kagaling. Ito ang kanila pong guide rotation. Now, para lang malinaw po tayo, ang mag-consider po natin na guards is yung mga players po actually na capable po na maglaro ng point guard position sa isang regular team. And of course, or yung mga players po na 5'10 and below po yung kanilang height. So ito po yung mga guards po na irarank po natin. So ano pang hinihintay natin? This is big match. I-rank na natin to. So number 12 natin, Blackwater. Just looking po sa kanilang guards, makita naman natin kung gaano po kababaw. So basically, I cannot even see any one of them becoming a 6-man sa ibang team. Although of course, recognizable po yung mga pangalan na Sumang, Tolomi, and Desiderio. All of them ay stars po in the UAAP before, pero ibang usapan kasi ang BBA. Especially with the fact, normal size lang po itong mga guards po na ito. And up to this point, hindi po nila napatunayan yung kanilang mga sarili na kaya po nila maging starter dito sa ating liga. At number 11 naman, from young, unproven po ng Blackwater, mga veterans naman po ng Phoenix. Azul, Garcia, and Heruela, basically all of them experience starting in other teams. They also experience becoming role players in other teams, and now they are the ones that will be the foundation po ng guard rotation ng Phoenix. It is a good rotation pero it lacks potential, it lacks consistency in terms of playmaking, and even their defense po is may pagka-questionable. From that veteran sabi po na mga fuel masters, punta naman tayo sa mga taga-Columbian or now called as Terra Firma, where it is being led by Rashawn McCarty. I'm a big believer po of Rashawn McCarty. Maalala nyo pa rin po ba ito? Siya po yung isa sa mga nakuha ng Columbian nung trinade po nila yung number 1 pick sa San Miguel, na ginamit po ng San Miguel to get a Christian Stanhidinger. Now, McCarty now has proven that he is a starting caliber guard po dito sa ating liga. Very good size. He can do a lot of things. His shooting is legit. And with his size and with his tenacity, he can actually defend almost any guard po sa liga. Behind him are reliable quarterbacks in Calvin Chongson. Although yun nga, may problema sa size ni Calvin Chongson, and Columbian may try to look po for better size in the future. Mas maging proven pa po itong kanilang guard rotation. At number 9 is again led po by an up-and-coming guard, and that's Robert Bolick. There's a good chance na kung itong si Bolick hindi po na-injured last conference, baka mas mataas po yung ranking nila dito. Pero dahil na-injured po siya, hindi niya na-improve pa po yung production niya, and there's now a question kung kahit ba na-epekto po yung kanyang naging injury. Kaya dito lang po muna sila sa number 9. Behind Bolick are proven veterans in Lordi and Revilla. Pero same case po ng Columbian, may problema sa size. The reality is, yung mga guards po na magagaling po sa PBA, halos karamihan po sa kanila are big guards, nasa 6-footer and above with good physique. Kaya mas nagiging crucial na po na dapat hindi po maliliit yung mga gwardiya po natin. At number 8, I think the shortest rotation po dito sa ating ranking, we have Reynan Batak and Chris Rosales ng Renault Shine. Na huwag kayong magugulat po kung bakit dalawa lang po, kasi karamihan actually ng mga nilalaro po ng Renault Shine is magpo-falls po sila dun sa position na wingman. Pero kahit dadalawa lang po si Batak kasi Rosales, naka number 8 po rin po sila, kasi I am a big believer of Batak. He is, I believe, the best shooting guard na below 26 po ngayon. When I say shooting guard, I'm not talking about po of the shooting guard position. I'm talking about po his capacity po to hit 3-pointers. Last season po, the guy shot 40% po from beyond the arc with 1.5 makes per game with his elite shooting. And it is good size. There's a good chance that Batak can end up being better po as we move forward. Now, dahil okay naman na yung shooting niya, kailangan na lang po niyang linisin pa yung ibang parte po ng laro niya. And knowing na malamang magiging mas malaki pa po ang kanyang magiging role po in the future with Renault Shine, I expect him to keep improving his production numbers will keep improving, and one day we will realize that is as good as a star as CJ Perez, Robert Bolick, Ray Pikes. I think yung time na po na yun, ganun po ako katiwala kay ng Batak. And Chris Rosales is a proven guard. His defense is very good and with credible playmaking. At number 7 po natin, Alaska Aces, led po by Maverick Hanmisi. Ang pinakamalaking problema ko dito sa rotation nila is ang kanilang health. May mga injury issues itong tatlong ito. Hanmisi only plays a few games last season because of an injury, pero kung ito magiging healthy, he could be a very good partner po to Jeron Teng. Hoping na yung kanyang 3-point shooting po will be much better kasi of course alam natin si Jeron Teng, wala masyadong shooting po yan, he needs spacing. Ocasio and De Gregorio will provide that, especially si De Gregorio. He has been a 40% shooter po from beyond the arc all throughout his PBA career. If he can continue to do that with a much better playmaking, you can expect this rotation to be much higher po if we do this again after the season. Now let's go now to the upper half of our ranking. At number 6 we have Meralco Bolts, led by Chris Newsome. I think one of the most underrated po ngayon na in-prime star ng liga. Chris Newsome, nasa 6'2", 6'3" yung height niya, pero he can do a lot of things. Ito po yung mga averages niya last year. He can score, he can rebound, he can make plays for others. His defense is very good, is very versatile. He can defend guard, he can defend bigs, he can defend wings. Ganun po kompleto ang laro ni Chris Newsome, pero not that recognized po sa entirety ng liga. Now of course, Karamin Pinto are one of the best reliable role-playing guards po sa liga. Karam, napakatagal na po niyang backup point guard po ng Meralco, and up to this point, I think he has been very good with his role. Ang maganda po, alam niya kung kailan kailangan po siyang pumuntos, kung kailangan siyang tumira. Alam niyo din kung kailangan pagandahin niya po or i-try niya nabigyan ng magandang tira yung mga kasama niya. And of course, Pinto provides another unique tool po for Meralco. He has the good size, good defense, can also hit 3-pointers. That's our number 6, Meralco Bolts. At number 5, NX Road Warriors, who just resigned to an extension po si Kiefer Ravena at Kevin Alas. Of course, kilala naman natin si Coach Yeng Yao, napagaling po nito in developing guards. Pero Ravena and Alas, of course, came to him with a lot of hype. And I think Ravena has exceeded those hype. Kitang-kita nyo naman po sa kanyang production po last conference when he led po sa Governor's Cup in terms of assists, 7.8 assists po yung kanyang in-average, pang NBA na po yan. So, parang gusto niyang patunayan during that conference is he can be a playmaker, and he did. He made a lot of plays po for NX, and NX did well during that conference. Other than that, pinakita niya rin po yung kanyang outside shooting is legit din, although not efficient, pero he is capable of making a lot of 3-pointers. Now, the next step for him is to further improve po yung kanyang efficiency, kasi just around 3 to 4% improvement could mean around 3 points increase po sa kanyang production. Then, Alas and Ravena, sa kanilang rotation, nandun din of course si Jericho Cruz, yung tinapon po ng TNT, even though he is still a starting caliber guard, And now, ayan, meron na po ulit siyang role sa NX, and he's taking advantage po ng opportunity po na nabigay po sa kanya. At number 4, ang kuya po ng NLEX, Talk and Text katropa, led by of course Jason Castro. Basically, siya yung rason po kung bakit number 4 po ang Talk and Text dito. He was still very good last season, averaging po these numbers. Without him, of course, TNT agad-agad po yan, sasalpak po yan, number 10 or number 11. Now behind him is Simon Enciso, I think a very capable shooter and with a very good size. So with their combination, TNT has a good front po ng kanilang rotation. Now, sa likod po ng dalawa na yan, we have Montalvo and Chauca, two unproven rookies but with a good hype behind them. Montalvo is a playmaker, Chauca is a shooter. If at least one of them become reliable po for this season, the rotation po ng Guardian ng Talk and Text will be excellent. Now, napansin nyo na siguro na yes, wala pa San Miguel Corporation team po na nabanggit kasi yes po, yung top 3 natin, wala nang iba kundi yung mga San Miguel Corporation teams po. So, sino po ang number 3? That will be Magnolia. Yes, Magnolia actually, in terms of quantity, they do have a number of players that can play the guard position. Pero, ang kinout lang natin as guide po nila at this point are Baroka, Halalon, and Banchero. Kitang-kita nyo naman, lahat yan starting caliber. Lahat yan pwede maging starter po sa isang championship team. Ang problema sa rotation na ito is may obvious silang weakness, and that weakness is their 3-point shooting. So, for them to be maximized, dapat mapartneran mo itong mga guards na ito ng a lot of shooting para hindi po mamroblema yung kanilang spacing. Although, these three naman are all very good defenders, especially Baroka and Halalan. They are pesky, kaya naman palaging hirap na hirap po lahat ng gwardiya ng ibang team sa Magnolia kasi Baroka, Halalon, nandiyan pa yung Melton at saka si Banchero po, yung mga gwardiya nila. So palagi hirap po yung kanilang mga gwardiya. And of course, Baroka, Halalon, and Banchero are also reliable in terms of making plays po for their teammates. So number 2 tayo, San Miguel, who has also a monstrous rotation with Ross, Romeo, Cabagnot, then Zamar. Yung Zamar, pinakita niya na nung nasa Blackwater siya na he can start for a PBA team. Number 4 lang siya dito. Dito natin makikita yung depth po ng San Miguel. Out of this rotation, si Cabagnot, yung parang traditional point guard. Kumbaga siya yung may pinakamagandang blend ng defense, playmaking, at scoring. Although, of course, Ross is elite in terms of playmaking and defense. Ilang beses na rin pong na-lead yung liga in terms of assists. And of course, Ross is the number 1 thief sa ating liga. And of course, Romeo naman, ang kanilang pinaka-reliable po na scorer sa kanilang guard rotation. The reality is, this guard rotation can carry a team to the championship. Alam naman natin kung gaano pa kalalim yung iba pa pong position po ng San Miguel. Kaya talagang bamod ditong kanilang rotation po na ito. Namang tanong, bakit number 1 ang Ginebra? Basically, napakalapit lang po yung aking valuation sa dalawa. I will not really agree with you kung San Miguel po yung number 1 nyo, pero ito lang naman po yan. Bakit po Ginebra over San Miguel? I think I just saw Ginebra with a little edge in terms of defense. No disrespect po kay Romeo, Cabagnot, and Zamar, but I do not think they are as good as Pringle and Thompson in terms of defense. So, Ginebra has 2 very good defenders in Pringle and Thompson, while San Miguel isa lang, si Ross lang. One more thing, meron din konting advantage po si Salado kontra kay Zamar, especially on the age factor and even on the skill siguro, although hindi pa natin nakikita kung gaano effective si Salado sa PBA. And of course, pati na rin counting advantage din in terms of versatility. With Thompson's rebounding, Pringle's versatility in terms of defending, scoring, playmaking, and then of course Tenorio also. Yung tatlo po na yan, yung mga little edges po ng Ginebra over San Miguel. Ang rason kaya I decided to put them as number 1. So again po, yan ang ating ranking. Now, kung sa palagay mo, may mali po ako ng pwesto sa akin naging ranking, comment mo lang po sa baba, pag-usapan natin.